high a temperature. Too high the temperature, we are going to over-fry the food. So normally, normal temperature is about 175 to about 190 degrees, this short range of the time. Most of the industry prefer to use 180. Okay? So I would like to share with you what happened to a food product when it is in deep frying process. Have you learned the process of deep frying? Roughly? No? If I have a container of oil, I have filled with oil and food is inside, and I have a thermocouple, okay, at the center of the food. To measure, thermocouple measure temperature, right? So if I take, let's say for example, I take the chicken out of the refrigerator about 4 degrees Celsius. I put it in an oil which is 180 degrees Celsius. I want to measure the temperature. Initially, what is the temperature of the center part of chicken? 4 degrees. Exactly the same that I take it out from the refrigerator. Am I right? Temperature of chicken is going to increase. Okay, because the oil temperature is high. Until one very specific temperature. Can anyone tell me what specific temperature is it? Huh? 0 degree, nothing happens. You don't see anything. The temperature will keep increasing from 4 degrees. They are going to increase until you reach a temperature, very distinct temperature. Frying process. We are going to reach 180 close. At the end of the frying process, the chicken temperature is about 180, same like in fire. Before it reaches 180, one very distinct temperature, we are going to stop for a while. Suddenly we find out, the thermocouple temperature never increase. What is the temperature? Why it stopped for a while at 100? Why? It is a boiling point of water. Okay? So when this 100 degree water, all water present in chicken, majority of the water is going to evaporate off. During evaporation, they maintain because water evaporation is 100 degrees. That is the moment you see a lot of steam on the surface. Do you notice in frying process suddenly steam, all steam coming out? When you measure exactly that temperature of not the oil, the center part of the food, it is almost 100 degrees and it stays. If there is still steam on the surface, the temperature stays, doesn't change much. Until suddenly you see the steam disappear. Right? You always see this process, right? During frying. Suddenly there is no steam on the surface. Then increase up to about 180. Alright? So this process of steam formation is not so good because steam have to, it's a deep frying, steam have to move up to the surface, go to the oil, steam is water, go to the oil and then go to the surface and up. Okay? So during this process you have hydrolysis. Water mixed with oil, water doesn't mix with oil. But since they have to come out and move up of the system, then you have water in oil. So when water in oil, water can do hydrolysis. They start on top, off with fatty acid. So therefore, free fatty acid increase. You know, these are hydrolysis process. So the more water in your food, your oil quality will degrade much faster. Therefore, people always say, when you fry the potato, if the potato is still wet, they say, hey, take a paper towel, wrap it a bit. Don't want to have a lot of water. If you can remove the water, you remove a bit. Because then the oil can be prolonged period of time. You don't put a fish when the fish still have a lot of water on the surface. You try to tap it with the towel paper so that it dry off a bit, so that you have less contact of water with oil. More water contact with oil, hydrolysis is more rampant. Your oil will smell very bad after a certain period of time. Okay? So another unique property of fried food is after water removed. Let's say this chicken 40% of water or 50% of water removed at the end of the process. 50% removed. So my question will be, when the 50% of water removed, what will happen to the empty space previously occupied by water? They are going to be empty, basically, and there will be a surge of oil going in. So, the end point is the key word here. So once you know that it is already end point, okay, you must take out your product as soon as possible. The longer the product stays, the empty space is going to be filled with more surge of oil coming in. Okay. Therefore, most of the time if you go to fast food restaurants, when they fry potato chips, they take it out, they hang it for a while. And sometimes they try to agitate it to get rid of the oil. Okay. For potato chip, do you know what is the fat content? So if you eat 100 grams of potato chips, what will be your amount of oil that you consume generally? If you eat 100 grams of your potato chips in a pack, for example in the pack of potato chips, you have not read the label carefully, right? If you read the label carefully, potato chips contain up to 40% of oil. 40. So if you eat 100 grams of potato, you think you eat 100 grams of potato, you are eating 60 grams of potato and 40 grams of oil. Because the empty space, potato by itself 80-90% of water, raw potato. When you fry, the water almost all disappear, which means that they have 80-90% of empty space. So what will be the empty space? Of course, not all filled with oil. If half filled with oil, is really very high. Okay? So these are the process occurred during frying process. Okay? So industry will try their best to master the deep frying process to reduce formations of all kinds of ammonia. I only talk about hydrolysis. In actual fact, you have all other activity, all other reaction. For example, at the surface, high temperature, 180 degrees, with air presence, contact with oil, a lot of oxidation occur on the surface. Okay. So once you have free fatty acid being coming out from PAG in free form, FFA is going to bind with each other. And more is going to bind through a process we call polymerization. So this is where you get a lot of gum-like substance stick to the surface of your cooking utensil. They stick to this. These are gum yellowish color, dark color. It's difficult for you to remove that. Alright? So oxidation is very rampant in frying oil. Therefore, if I'm not sure at home what type of oil that you use for frying? Soybean is not a good oil. It's a very bad oil for frying. So, if you don't have option because it is considered cheaper here, then you should use it only once. Frying oil, soya bean is very unstable because soya bean is fused with 82 and these are all highly oxidized. Okay. So the best frying oil is actually palm oil or shortening. These are saturated and withstand high temperature. You know, in fast food industry, we don't use oil per se. In general, they are using shortening for frying. It's just that when you go to KFC and when you go to McDonald's, when you look at the potato chips fryer, it is liquid because it is 190 degrees Celsius. Everything will be in liquid. But you wait until they close the shop, close the restaurant, close the heater. After a while, you take a look, it is solid. So, because shortening can last you for a very long time. The same thing goes to donut company. During the process that they show to you because they want to show how they prepare the donut, you see liquid oil. They never use liquid oil for frying. They're using shortening, frying shortening. So it is a solid, but at 190 degree, 180 degree, of course everything will be in liquid. You think it is oil, but they are not oil. Okay. So it will last you for a long period of time. You don't have to change the oil very quickly. Okay. So of course, some people ask whether you can use olive. Olive oil is also stable because they only have one type of oil. Most of the fatty acids, but olive oil is expensive. People use it for salad. Okay. Salad dressing, you don't use it for frying, so it is not possible. Okay. Right. So I would like to share with you for frying property there is 2 points which normally industry would like to determine. Okay. Of course, I don't write another one which is smoke point. Have you heard about smoke point? You have flash point, you have fire point, and you have before flash point, smoke point. Oil have these 3 temperatures. Smoke point comes first, is a temperature. Okay. Smoke comes up first, followed by flash, then followed by fire. Okay. Sometimes if you don't heat anything, you give a pot of oil, you on the stove, you let it heat. You don't heat anything, you don't put any food. If you forget to put food, after a while, you see there are some smoke coming out on the surface. That temperature, tiny smoke coming out, is called smoke point. If you don't do anything, you let it heat up. Then you start to see some flash on the surface, some spark. on the surface, some fire, not to say fire, but some spark on the surface. That is called flash point. Flash point, there is still deterrent. You quickly switch off the stove, you are safe. The same thing goes with smoke point. Then you have fire point. Fire point, the whole surface of oil full with fire. Flame. Okay. The one which you go to stop. So these are three major points of oil. Okay. So smoke point, fire, flash point, and fire point. These are physical measurements. Okay. Most of the time, smoke point of oil is about 220 to 260 degrees. It's very high. So household, our frying temperature is only about 170, 180 degrees Celsius. You are not able to see smoke coming out. You only see it when you don't do anything to the oil, you let it heat up. So when you start to see smoke, your oil temperature is more than 220. So it's very bad. So never forget when you on the temperature of oil. Okay? Always remember you cannot abuse the oil. Once you abuse the oil, you see all kinds of unwanted activities. I also mentioned just now a process whereby all the free fatty acids join together to form polymers. Okay? It is a concern in fats and oil industry because I'm not sure in Vietnam, in Malaysia, we used to have a very popular snack we call keropok leko. It's a snack coming out from fish paste. The fish paste, they mix with flour and then they steam it and then they slide it and they dry it. Okay. So once they dry it, they can deep fry, then it can become crispy again. So these are very popular dish or snack in certain regions. Okay. So there are big industries producing it or household producing it. So they always use a big pan to fry. Maybe 100 kilo of oil they pour in and then they start to fry. Sometimes you go to this kind of industry, you ask them, have you changed the oil? They say, we never change. For how long? For years. So what happened is, initially we gave it 100 kilo of oil. At the end of the processing time, of course the oil dropped because absorbed by the food. They will pour in oil in. Go up to 100 kilo of oil, the next day they fry again. So they never throw the oil. So these are very bad because there will be a lot of unwanted materials present in this oil. Okay. So the main reasons being oil is not very cheap raw material. Okay. So I will stop here unless you have questions. Do you have any questions on physical property of oil? Do you want to get to know more on physical property of oil? Once we cover chemistry and physical properties, subsequent lecture we will no longer have privilege to touch on chemistry and also physics of fats and oil. If you have any question, you can ask. Okay. We will go deep into processing and production of fats and oil. Okay. So you are going to have your midterm exam next Friday. Am I right? Do you know what topics is covered? What topic? We will cover chemistry of lipids, physical property of fats and oil.